Father fish got buried in his substrate, setting up a new tank Christmas Eve. You can say there's no way he's down in there, but as for me and Mary, we believe. He'd been carrying too much sand now, and he tipped in with the bag. He wanted to make a deep bed, now he's fertilizing plants instead. When they found him in the morning, in that tank way in the back, he was beneficial down there. The plant roots were never ever looking back. Father fish got buried in his substrate, setting up a new tank Christmas Eve. You can say there's no way he's down in there, but as for me and Mary, we believe. Now we're all so proud of Mary. She's been taking this so well. See her sleeping in with Calvin, changing water and giving guppies crust eggshell. All our tanks suck without Father. An inch of gravel now we hate. And we just can't help but wonder, should we haul those bags of sand and test our fate? Test our fate! Father fish got buried in his substrate, setting up a new tank Christmas Eve. You can say there's no way he's down in there, but as for me and Mary, we believe.
All right. Isn't that wonderful? Bravo. Bravo here, Fishy. Just amazing, woman. You are amazing. What a delight.
Gravel we now hate. For sure. Now it's like we've been shamed for having gravel.
All right. Father fish, Father fish. One place to go to if you have Vic. Your fish may itch or even flash. So Father Fish is your one-stop cap. Cap it all with an inch of sand. Cap it all with an inch of sand. Raise the temperature with a helping hand. And add some garlic on top of that sand. The itch will go, your plants will grow, and all of your fish will have a happy home. Father Fish, so Father Fish, your one-stop wonder if you keep fish. Starring Sir Father Fish and all his followers on the Father Fish channel. Over to you, Sir Father Fish.
There we go.
Another good one.
A letter something out of my eye.
Ah, glory, glory.
And the volume's good, so that was.
The volume's good, awesome. Yeah. Everybody could hear it. That's nice. I don't know what's wrong with my system at home.
It did get better somehow last night when you went full screen. I don't know why.
That's odd.
At least on my end, it was better.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I probably need to use a microphone. That might make a difference. I think because the computer is putting it out, I can hear it, but the microphone in the computer is not picking it up very well. So I think I need an external microphone, and that would pick it up, and that might solve the problem. And I do have a couple, so I can do that.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of doing it.
Well, just
like everything else. All I got to do is do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the doing it that's the problem. And that explains everything you need to know about the Father Fish deep substrate system. And that is that you only have to do it one time. And after that, you can forget it exists. and it will carry on in spite of you.
We're so close. Look at us, Joey. I could give you a hug.
I know. Oh,
We're
I
so
went the wrong
close.
way. I
Mercy.
still don't have my left to right on the screen.
Oh, it's
Oh, that's
terrible.
possible.
We're so
I can't
used to
do it.
mirroring ourselves.
I
It's terrible.
can't. It's
Because you
not a
feel
mirror,
like you're in a mirror, but you're not.
but you're
Right.
not. Right, exactly.
They
Yeah.
need to make cameras so you are looking in a mirror.
Exactly. It would be
They
You
easy.
would think
that-
so, wouldn't you? Yeah,
Damn it.
reverse. I wonder if there's a way to reverse that so that it would be a mirror.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
know.
mirror it, and it would just automatically mirror it. But it might be a little delayed.
It would be backwards, though, for anybody else watching it, I guess. I don't know.
That's okay. They wouldn't know the difference.
We know the difference, right? I thought that was on the left.
I know.
In this
Like I
building facing north, I thought it was north. It's south.
That night I tried to tell you which dog was which. I said it wrong like 4 times in a row. I'm like, forget it. I can't get it. You know, just can't get it right.
The day that I was showing my house, and I was like, I could not get the camera figured out.
Yeah.
It was so terrible.
Funny
See,
stuff.
it's not as easy as people think.
No, especially the camera. I could not straighten it for the life of me.
Oh, I know. It's like and you're shaking. It's
On
like,
the
yeah.
phone. The phone is terrible. Yes, Morgan. I believe I saw baby shrimp in my
Oh.
jar today.
So
Are we
I-
going to look at? We're going to look at your shrimp.
yeah, it's like, are you bringing the
There's
jar
no
up or the
show up.
camera over?
I think my mama, she had eggs, and I believe they've hatched.
Nice.
Oh, I know she had eggs.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
saw
that's exciting.
it dart this morning, and I was looking real close and real hard, and my eyes didn't want to focus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sure looks like a baby shrimp. And
Here.
I'm like, and that one looks like a baby shrimp too.
Try
He's ready.
these.
He's ready. Father Fish, can you pass out a wrench?
Yeah, let me open. Let me open YouTube.
Okay. I think
Paul
so
says
far.
the description is. Have you seen the title or the description?
Of what?
Father Fish?
From yesterday, 2 days ago.
No, for today it says join V.
SHOAL for join V. Yeah.
When did you type this?
He's been doing that. We were in the evening the other night.
And friend is wrong too.
Friendship and also
conversation. Yeah, I did not proof it, did I?
Hey, maybe he was tired.
My goodness.
All right, we'll fix
So, I'm
this.
looking
Well,
for.
we will fix this.
Tennessee H2O a wrench when you
We
get
get it. We know what we're supposed
Yeah, I
to say.
did not. Oh, come on.
Are we asking for a wrench, Joey?
Yes,
For Tennessee?
H2O. Yeah,
Yeah, he's been
Okay,
here.
we can
he's
do
been
that.
here
For a
a few
while.
times. Yeah, and Lee pointed that out, so he's right.
We should do that. Tell us where you're from again this morning. We did it last night.
Yeah,
All right, Tennessee now has a wrench.
excellent. Say something, Tennessee
Or
H2O.
where you live. Just say the city.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, what'd you do now?
Oh no, I'm reading Morgan's message
Okay,
about
okay.
just woke mom up and she's really sick. Her face is
Yeah.
swelled up, the throat's sore, and she's stuffy. Says she loves you guys.
We
Poor,
love you, Mary.
poor lady.
Yeah, love you.
We can't be without you.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear,
so
oh,
rest
dear.
up.
Okay, edit video. Here we go. We're going to fix this.
Okay.
Oh,
My
excuse
phone
me.
doesn't die.
You know what I did, though? I copied it, so it's wrong on this evening as well,
Well,
because
you
I
know,
copied and pasted it. I do this kind of in the dark, so I can't. There we whoops.
I see. I see now.
I fish in the morning. We got that much right. Save.
well, I didn't even read it, Cassie, so you're ahead of me.
I was just looking at it. I'm like, what?
It just
What's
doesn't
wrong
look
with that?
right. Well, I was running around because I think you were up getting coffee when I said to Father Fish. I said I might be running on my generator, and I had no idea why. It just kicked on, and it's sunny, so I said they're either doing something or somebody ran into something, or so it could drop. Who knows?
Well, I mean, you should have an hour.
What is going on
Right.
here? All right.
It would just throw me off because
Oh dear.
coming back on. I could probably get back on.
Yeah, and my voice is really weak today. I was working up in the wee hours from
Working on projects.
from like 9 to 1 a.m. I was working to get my video wrapped up.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with it now. I think it's
Well, good.
It's ready. It's already uploaded. I'm just like waiting to release it.
To press the button and release it.
Oh, I've got it scheduled.
Oh dear.
I've just got to do a few minor things in YouTube, but it's scheduled to go. Forget today at 2, I think.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I was actually working on some footage for videos last night too. It must have been the night.
Did you?
I'm running around, working on lighting.
I remember I was asking you guys yesterday, is it too late to do my fall tour part 2?
Hey, you do whatever you want.
So
that's what I say.
I'm trying to get it in, well, it's still November.
Yeah, it's good. I just find sometimes filming
one more day
is hard. I have to do it sometimes at night and mess with the lighting. It's not easy to get a good video.
Right. So I work in like the morning hours and then the nighttime hours.
Oh, me too.
Like
right.
MD's up really early though. I don't think I could do what he does.
Kids. All right.
We did all that.
Well, I would probably have to refresh my screen. And I'm not going to do that.
You might be able to help with this. Tisha's asking a question about Discord to be YouTube members only.
Why would a Discord chat be YouTube members only? I'm one of you, but without membership, and you denied access to another platform aside from Patreon.
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I thought Tisha was a member.
Well, Father Fish, you said it was automatic if we were already a Patreon member.
Well, it has to be, but it has to be manually clicked through.
Oh, okay.
Let me look and see.
So you'd have to check the list to see if she's on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, he's going to look into that, Tisha.
All right, guys. Drop your city and country and state.
Yeah.
Tell us where you're from.
That's a fun thing.
Except Tennessee. I mean, you could do your city.
Well, she's not there. Tisha, if you will, try to get on and leave a message. You're not on there yet. You have to click on the link. If you click on the link, I can approve you.
All right, Father Fish, my camera is ready for you when you're ready.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
your
it.
shrimp, Cassie. Go for it.
It's there. I think you just have to change or add it. I'm already signed in.
It's not up.
It's not showing up?
No. You're not in the waiting room.
I'm not. Maybe I forgot to hit join. Whoa.
Ah.
Now I got to go find the link again.
Here, I'll post it. At the bottom.
I wonder if I forgot to hit join. Okay. I don't know if you'll see anything. They're so tiny.
Tisha, you know me, and I'm on Discord. Alex announced last night that he's invited his members to join the Discord conversation as well. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Whew. One problem solved for today.
We're so technical.
All right.
It's delayed. Look at that. All right.
What is that silly picture we got there?
It looks like a giant snail.
I don't know what's going on. Why is it doing what it's doing?
Oh, I see. That's weird. Huh. All right, the baby shrimp was on the subwasser thing.
Whew. The little teeny white specks, I'm assuming.
Oh,
No, I don't see them right now.
Okay.
that's pretty good magnification.
It is.
I'm gonna set it there.
Do you see where they are, Cassie?
No, sorry. Did I just knock myself off?
Well, you knocked the fish tank off.
I
You're still
knocked
up.
the phone. I knocked it off.
You're
I need
okay.
my tripod torn.
See, you lost it.
Yeah.
Lost it.
So you'll have to come back up with your fish tank.
It fell over and I touched the screen and it shut it down.
Well, this is why we're live, Cassie, to have all this fun. It's real.
You guys need to see how it's done. I hear myself.
Oh, Father Fish, Tisha's saying that to add a friend, she needs the names and the username plus numbers.
She doesn't need to add a friend. Ignore that. She does not need to add a friend.
Oh, she's giving you her information if you need to add her.
Well, if you go to my somebody post the link so Tish can click on there.
The mama is on this rock here, but she's like hidden in the Java moss.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think the baby shrimp hatched, Rylan. Can you see mama?
I don't see her, Cassie.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I see her right in the middle toward the bottom.
This is mama.
She's pink.
Yeah, she's like red.
okay, I'm looking for the wrong thing then.
I saw her eyes. Come back where you just
Okay.
were. There she is, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy's right behind her.
And the babies have moved, obviously.
Yeah, the babies are not there. They were right in here on this washer thing.
Well, they're going to be pretty tiny.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to tell you how big they were. They were like, what is that?
Near about microscopic, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were little, like 2 millimeters. I swear I saw 2, and now that the camera's on, I can't see any.
Well,
Sorry,
that's nice.
So we asked everybody to put
I
their
think I see one,
state
but I don't know if you'll see it.
or their country.
My tree's in the way.
I'm just looking back.
To Sheeta Heaven.
That's my sister.
There's one on the sand right
It's
here.
another sister.
Yeah, look under community, Tisha. The Discord link is under the community button on the Father Fish channel.
There's one right there, Father Fish, in the center.
Uh,
But the camera won't focus when I get close. But it's right there. Like right there.
yeah, it's too much light at that
Yeah,
point.
it's hard to see on the substrate.
Yeah, it's kind of washed out. Oh, there we go. That's better. I'm looking hard.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to see.
It is hard. How many do you think you have? You have, 10 or 20 or?
She's seen two.
Yeah,
Well, there's a lot of waste in there. Those babies will be able to eat that, so that'll be good.
But there could be a lot in there that you're just not seeing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
All
not
right,
seeing
Well,
it.
that's cool.
can't zoom in anymore.
Fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Are
good.
Are you excited, Cassie?
I'm excited to see them get bigger and have more
Yeah.
shrimp. Yeah.
That's
Really?
the whole fun part,
Yeah, exactly. That's fun.
Oh, you had those on. I'm like,
If you want, I can leave that up if you want.
yeah, I didn't do that. I'm just getting closer to my screen. That's why when you got back on me, I'm like, too close.
Oh, you let me know.
Very nice.
Rylan, you want to go get my tripod for me? Yes.
Al Red Sox, hello, hello. Tushita Heaven.
Yeah, that's my sister Dawn.
Oh, right. That's her
That's her store name.
company name.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm all hot now. All right.
I know. Somebody else is asking, how many sisters do you have? I'm like, I have another one.
So Tushita, let's see, T-Bone is sick. Mary is sick. Mary's terrible sick this morning.
T-Bone's
Yeah.
been not feeling well for a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she won't rest. She keeps coming up, and she probably needs to rest.
Yeah.
That's the most important part: is get your rest.
Tish is being frustrated here. Search on Father Fish, nothing comes up. I don't know what search on Father Fish means.
My sister's explaining her business name.
Okay, I would like to hear about that.
Well,
Yes,
she puts
Japanese.
in there, Tashita is the lair of heaven where the enlightened ones live. Lots of Buddhas there.
Okay.
Tushita.
Your sister, who's 30 minutes away.
No, this one lives in upstate New York, where she has her her business, her rock shop, her metaphysical store.
How did she get into the rocks?
She's gonna have to explain that.
You don't know.
Well, I mean,
how does anybody get into rocks?
Yeah, it would be better coming from her because I don't want to make a mistake.
Well, we'll have to get her up here one day and talk about her rocks.
We could do that probably when it's good for her.
That would be fun.
Okay.
So
there you go, John. You've been invited, so we'll figure it out.
Father Fish, I need to get that macro lens because when I wanted to try to get closer, it would get blurry.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So Stephanie is your other sister.
Yes. And then I have another sister, Roz. She hasn't come in here yet, but you never know.
One never knows. Petra Man, back from the diner. Gee, I need to go to the diner.
Ooh, yeah, diner sounds.
Well,
After a 3
diner
mile
after a morning 3-mile run. Well, I can't do that. I'm lucky.
I'm definitely in for the diner and coffee.
Really? I can't do
never liked running 3 miles. I would run 1 mile would be fine, but I didn't like running more than a mile.
I stopped doing that, in high school after
You
stopping
know,
track.
running is no longer in my vocabulary.
You need to walk, Father Fish. You can walk.
I do need to walk. Ah.
We've talked about taking this
So
outside.
Leah's saying Tushita needs a wrench. Let's see if we can do something with that.
She's been here a couple times.
Tushita.
A couple times is all you need, Tushita.
That's right.
Getting friendly, right?
Keep coming back.
You just need to be friendly.
She says, "Well, I don't come in every day, but that's okay."
Well, I'm the only one that does, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
There are others
not take a break.
regular, though.
Now, Dawn used to help me in my store years ago, so she does know about fish. She just doesn't have it.
That was a long years ago.
That was a long time ago. Yeah.
Think Tanks is here.
Oh.
Central New York, Think Tanks.
And Steph is going to set up a fish tank. She has it. It's sitting there. It's empty, but she's going to do it.
Oh, what else is going on?
You know what? My tanks were set up for what, like a month before I finally filled it up with some substrate, and it sat for like another week.
Cassie, if you saw my house, which we're not doing that, but I have tanks sitting in different stages of, like you said, substrate in, decorations that I'm messing with, and it's like they're all sitting around, and someday I'll fill them.
It takes time. The setup is the longest part.
Whatever the spirit moves me. Probably 2 a.m, but.
So I learned the hard way and added substrate, and my phone has volume. And my cat got in there in the morning or at night, and I woke up in the morning and there was this huge mound.
Oh, no.
The paw prints that made the mound, and I'm going, oh no.
There's a litter box.
And then, you know what the rule is when that happens?
Do you just bury it deeper? Or you take
add an inch sand, right? Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
I was like trying to scoop out the turds.
It's funny.
But I was like,
says, leave them in.
There's ammonia in there. I was like, this isn't good. There's ammonia. So I took it all out and we started over.
Did you just see what my sister wrote?
Tisha. What is Tisha doing? Tisha's making this far too complicated. The app wants you to add a friend. You don't need to add a friend. You're already there.
Maybe kick out and start over again? I don't know.
Yeah, let me look, see if she's there
so
yet.
So, Father Fish, my sister says Joey and I together would be a show to remember. Haha.
I'll bet you,
we like to laugh.
That would be fun. That would be fun. There's Miss Tisha. I'm in the waiting room, waiting for the Father Fish Discord chat. Manage user. Snook.
Ow.
She's there.
Okay.
You are there, Tisha. You are now in. Let me see.
Yay.
Right.
You did it.
I forget to say hi. Hello.
Greg. Greg wants to get in. Is Greg a member?
I think so. He has green. He's green, right?
Oh, okay. Well, that counts.
I'm pretty sure he's
user.
Green.
Got
I'm
it.
scrolling back up, but.
All right, Greg, you're in.
Sure Greg is green.
Oh, who else? John McKenzie. John's been trying to get in for a while. I think we'll just give him. We'll give him dispensation here.
Yes, Greg is green.
Good. Right. So John, Greg, and Tisha are now in Discord.
Okay, yay.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. You did it.
And Melissa's in. She's green.
Okay.
Melissa, now wait a minute. Manage.
Ooh, see, John's saying she has a big salt water tank for a moment.
Yep, okay.
did.
So, you know what, Father Fish? I shared more of my home for you in part 2 as requested by
Oh,
you.
lovely. I look forward to that.
And I'm a little bit like, should I? Should I
Now,
put
now,
get
that
that,
there for
Cassie.
everybody?
now.
I understand that feeling, Cassie.
I'm like, I think I did a really good job, but I'm
sure
still
you
like,
did.
it's
I would expect nothing less from you, but excellent work. I know we're gonna have a great video.
yeah, my house is not like Plantarina's house. You've seen Plantarina. Her house is gorgeous.
Plantarina.
Mine's just full
I
of
love her because she has all these indoor plants everywhere.
fish tanks that I
Oh,
set up.
right. Nice.
T-Bone says, Father Fish, I bought 2 blue dwarf gouramis today. Had to go to the pet shop. Had no choice. Needed a new filter. But I have to wait till payday. I think for the
Well, a new filter.
Uh-huh.
2 blue dwarf gouramis.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty.
I think you'll be okay without a filter for a little bit.
They're an air breather. They're
Yeah,
going to
so
be
they're
just
surface-
fine. They don't
surface
need
breathers.
aeration.
Right. Labyrinth fish.
They're a labyrinth, precisely.
You just do this
Right, just wave at them.
Just get in there and tread water for them a little
every
bit.
2 hours.
Really?
You know?
When the power goes out.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
maybe that's what we should use our whisk for from the kitchen. Get in there, just whip it up a little every once in a while.
You might hit a fish. Be careful.
You never know.
Larry Dees is stopping in to say
Yeah.
hi before he has to go to work on
Good morning,
Sunday.
Larry.
Oh,
You see any other questions, Cass?
Oh, I don't know. Ask your questions, guys, or we're leaving early.
yeah,
Ooh,
really.
she's rigid.
Oh, you don't know.
Better start asking those questions.
She's all over my butt most times.
Do your work.
Do your
Really.
work.
Be quiet.
Yeah, but Cassie, you know what I like to do? I like to make a pot of coffee and then sit down and contemplate and think about all things I need to do while I sit there and drink my coffee for an hour and a half,
Yep.
and get it all organized in my brain.
That's what I do.
I like to do it.
That's what I used to do. Now I'm on here fielding questions.
Yeah.
And then that part has been delayed in my day.
Oh. Has anybody been, have you been watching, there's your camera. Have you been watching Alex's latest videos?
I gotta turn that
I
off.
put one on and kind of listened while I was doing things. I cannot sit and watch everybody's videos. I can't get anything done. It's not that I don't want to watch them. I just,
He's into Mandelberg.
I saw it. I've been in there for like half an hour to an hour after your evening stream of watching other people's. So that's the time I have.
Oh,
They used to be Watch MD.
Petroman took all 350 baby guppies to the pet store. He took them all.
Yeah.
Now the baby discus have the tank to themselves.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I'm
Perfect.
glad you took them.
Perfect.
The vacuum thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Corey.
I've got a sick Corey cat.
Oh dear.
It's the second Corey cat that's like gotten sick.
What's wrong with it? Do you know?
It's just sitting there, and like it'll move a little bit, but it's basically just sitting there at the bottom. And
It's probably all right. They
tail
do
looks
that a lot.
like it might have gotten a little fin rot.
T-Bone, the filter is from my Tiger Barb's tank.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
But Father Fish, last time you said that, that the first one that was acting that way, that one's dead.
Oh dear.
So I can tell when they get a little less active. I'm like, oh no, their time is coming.
Oh dear.
Well, sometimes that's true.
Nature of the
It
beast.
happens. Yep.
T-Bone, try a sponge filter.
For the
I'm
intro.
blaming myself because I feel like, was it the that starter, that bacteria starter
Yeah.
that I added? Did I suffocate them slowly with that?
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's never a good idea to use such stuff. And why did you decide, excuse me, why did you decide to not put soil in that jar and then to put 3 inches of sand in?
Did you watch the video?
I did.
And you still have that question? I
Yeah.
thought I answered that.
Well, because you wound up with the same depth you would have otherwise.
Okay. I took out the 1/2 inch because I was like, oh no, it's gonna be too much soil and not enough. I wasn't sure how big I could get my cap on there in this tiny jar. So I was really worried about the cap. And you make these decisions before you build them.
You need to have faith. You
The
need
soil
to have
goes
faith.
first.
Have faith, my child.
Well, the last time I did it, I ended up with like a lot of soil and not enough sand, which is why I redid it.
Well, this time you wound up with a lot of sand and no soil.
Yeah, it was like, you know what? I don't want to end up with that again.
Well, that's what you got. It's exactly what you wound up
My plants are doing great. They're doing fine.
for the first 24 hours.
What? This is gone. This is like
Oh,
a
he
month
is
now.
giving you a hard time, girl.
How long has this jar been sitting here, Joey?
She getting back what she give it out.
I haven't posted the update video yet, but it's doing great.
She's very happy with it.
Well, I'm delighted to hear it.
Shrimp.
It is, after all, your tank that you get to do your way.
And I think you told me that after I did the build. So I was like, well, it's too late now.
Well, unless you want to start over.
Nope. I don't. For future ones, yeah, I will try to do that and at least add a tiny layer. Like you suggested, even a thin layer is good. So
Right, even a thin layer. So Petroman is saying, yes, Lee.
Yes.
Started with 2 pairs of guppies from Fish Boy 2 months ago, and the males kept getting the females pregnant. Imagine that. Parents were not eating the babies, had them in a planted tank. They breed fast. Well, you did well getting rid of 350 baby guppies.
Right.
Presumably, they'll not be used as feeders, but you never know.
Lee got me. Lee got me twisting my head.
No, you are right about that, Father Fish. You never know how they're gonna.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Oh, what else we got here?
Well, I still don't really see any big questions. Mary's saying to T-Bone
Mary,
that,
yeah,
he needs to clean around the impeller
Mary,
and things.
Mary, you're sick.
Right.
Lay down and go back to sleep.
We don't mean you're like that kind of. We just mean you're not feeling well, sick.
Get some rest, girl.
Get out of there. Get out of the chat.
Go to sleep, Mary. We need you. We need you up here well, healthy, and happy.
Lee, I can see now I'm going to have to do a part 2. Why this was a success.
A success video.
And it's going to be because of your comment.
Well, listen.
And Fatherfish.
If it's after 6 months, anything's bound to work.
It's not 6 months. The Fatherfish.
Oh, now don't be that way to her.
You're not making your little jar videos. So
I like your jar videos. I do. I like your jar videos.
Somebody had to make them.
That's right.
I wanted to learn from you.
You're doing sort of fine. You're doing just fine. Why am I on your butt? That's terrible.
I know.
No, it's okay. Bring it on.
She can fend for herself there. She's pretty sturdy.
Oh, I know she can.
So, Dead Fred wanted to know more about the ratio for these little jars. Would you care to talk about that?
Oh, you're the one doing it. You talk about it.
I'm doing it, but I would love to hear your opinion as well.
You don't want to hear it.
Not if you can't play nice with the other kids.
I replied in the video, I think I talked about the ratio, but I replied to him as well in the comment, and I said, I would do this in a 2-gallon or up, and then you could do your ratio of that. Because my thinking was in the 1 gallon, I couldn't do any soil. That was my thinking. It's too small. Because then I was going to have like not enough swimming space for a fish. And then I decided I'm not going to put a fish in there at all. And I made it a shrimp jar. No fish.
Well,
all my Daniels went a little, they're a little too fast for that jar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The betta works well.
As you said, your plants look great. You got baby shrimp.
I had my betta in this jar when I had the lava rock. You guys remember the lava rock? I set it up
you bet.
Like a cave, and she could go through it.
Yeah.
And she was very happy in there. But I think I just had way too much soil and not enough sand in that take. You'll get dressed.
Father Fish says add more sand. You could get up to only 2 inches of swimming space, but
I was losing swimming space. Yep. That's the one downside of having soil. If you mess up that ratio, you gotta start over. But yeah, jars are just like your tanks. You're gonna lose your swimming space the more substrate you add. So you need to get a taller tank.
If you want a lot of substrate, yeah.
Well, I feel like the taller tanks help because all the plants available are so tall.
Mary said she woke up with her eyes capped with sand. Really. Glory.
Has everybody hit the like button?
I don't know it all. I am just talking from experience now at this point, and I'm still learning. So stay tuned for the updates. And I've told you this is my remake, so there you go.
Just my own experiences.
44 watching, 27 thumbs up. I got 17 more thumbs up there.
To go.
Yep.
As long as everybody's
people don't like to hit the like. I don't know what it is.
I think you come in. I think
there's some people who don't know what it is,
and you forget. I do sometimes.
It could be that.
Yeah, that's true.
You just come in and start saying hi, and you forget to hit it. That's why I try to do it on the way in, so that I don't forget.
Lee is a troublemaker. Instigate.
Well, that's not a surprise.
Telling you.
Surprise you.
They must enjoy hearing my stories because they're not asking questions.
Let me. That kind of leads into a conversation I was having with Joey yesterday, where we were talking about fish food, and she made the. I said, how's it start? I don't know how it started. She said, I feed a variety of foods. And I said, in the wild, there are many fish that only eat one food. Oh, that's all they ever eat is one food. And then later in the after chat, we got to talking about this, and it brought up a really important issue. And it's one I want to raise in light of the conversation that Cass and I are having this morning. Uh, the the uh, the approach that I take with my fish, my hobby, and the things that I recommend are purely subjective and personal. I think it's really important for all of us to get that very clear in our heads that this hobby is one in which every single one of us who are doing it our way. We may fail and we may look for guidance or some different ideas about how we can overcome our failure, but we're doing it our way. Every single time you do a single thing to that tank, that's you doing it. It's you putting yourself into that tank and claiming it and making it yours. That is to say, there is no one way. There is no my way or the highway. There is no my way is the best way. There is your way and the way you do it. If you're failing, you need to try something a little different so that you can, in your own terms, achieve your level of success. Success is what you determine it to be, not what someone else says. So I think this is excuse me, I think this is important because the hobby is very much a matter of how you as an individual are relating to your environment. Your environment includes everything in it. That includes your fish tanks. It includes the life you're trying to sustain. It includes your children, your home, your job, your worship, your everything in your life, everything you are involved in is an expression of who you are, so that we look at all of that you're engaged in and we get a sense of who you are. And that's really what the aquarium is. I mean, I look at Joey's tank back there and I get a sense of Joey from that. I get a sense of what she cherishes, what she appreciates, what she's able to achieve in that fish tank. Um, so it's a very personal thing and a very subjective thing. And it must be that way. Because that's the nature of living things. We um we we all have our own individual lives. Our lives are not anyone else's life. They are our life, our personal life, and we live that life basically as we see fit, with the good, the bad, and the ugly. We we each of us are involved in whatever it is we're involved in, uh, out of our own will, out of our own choices, and out of our own sense of what we're about. And the hobby is no different. In point of fact, the hobby is very much a kind of hermitage. It's something that we do very much alone, very much, unless we have a partner that we're sharing that with. And that's something unique and very special, and I think very privileged. I know very few people, even married couples, who really share the hobby. Those who do have a wonderful kind of magic going on, but it's not all that common. More commonly, the hobby is a very personal and a very private thing that we enjoy sharing, and we share it with those who uh, who appreciate it. Not everyone does. I have some people coming into my store who are overwhelmed and full of joy and excitement about it. This is the best place I've ever been. I love it here. Other people come in and they hold their nose because it's dirty and stinky. So, it's a very, very personal thing. So when I talk to someone, I'm not talking out of a sense of this is what you have to do. I may get a bit wrothy if someone fails over and over and over again doing something uh, that when I've suggested they could stop failing if they did thus and so, and they refuse to do it. Well, I send them to PetSmart. That's where they belong, at PetSmart. Let them work it out there. They don't want to work it out here. In other words, if people come in here either on this channel or in my store and they don't like what they're doing, they're free to leave,
Right.
or they're free to try to change my mind if they think they can. I'm certainly open to that. Um, but having said that, I do not consider myself to be an expert. I have never considered myself to be an expert in keeping fish. I'm very much a novice. I've just been doing it for a hell of a long time. And I have made more mistakes than any of you have, probably all of you put together have. And I still make mistakes. I still mess up.
We all do.
But that's why we're here. We want to learn from what you've learned.
But I appreciate the fact that you're bringing that up and letting everybody know that it is okay to do it your way. If you're not being successful, then you can try some of your tips, or maybe try one of your tanks. But I think that is what makes it fun. Yeah, I decorate my tank differently than you do or Cassie does. But if we all did exactly the same thing, it would be like looking
boring.
in a mirror.
Life would be boring.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that is the fun part. And you were right about it being truly a hobby of hermits, because most of the time your family members don't appreciate it, and you don't have a friend that's fishy, and so you sit there and you have your tanks, and if anybody asks you a question, then you ramble on for 45 minutes and they're looking at you, their eyes roll back in their head because they have no idea what you're talking about.
Now I can tell right away when they lose interest after 30 seconds. I'm like, okay, won't talk about that anymore.
You get to share with everybody, and you're meeting people that you would have never met, and under normal circumstances.
My friends came over. They enjoyed the tank. They liked to look at it for like a minute. When they asked me a question about it, and I was answering, but their eyes just glazed over.
Right.
Right.
When I got like a little tiny bit technical.
But then when
if they had their own, they'd be interested.
Yeah. And that didn't come until I had my own. So.
Right.
I didn't know what a black skirt tetra was. Yeah. I didn't know what a zebra Daniel was.
Right.
But I loved the plants and I wanted to learn all their names because I would always there would always be this one plant that would catch my eye in someone's video, and I'm like, "What's that one?
Right.
That's really cool. I need to have that."
But
and they wouldn't say the name.
Right, but if you hadn't seen that video, you wouldn't have possibly known that plant was out there. Or you saw it in a book, but it didn't capture your interest like it did when you saw it in a video. So that's what's cool. Hillbilly Nomad has a nice comment.
Who?
It says nothing smells better than an old school fish store, and the number one reason why I follow you is the fact that you're an old school fish keeper who does what works and admits to failure.
Well, I appreciate that, Hillbilly. You just earned yourself a wrench there.
Wrench.
You've been there a while. But yeah, most learning is from failure, and that's the scientific method.
That's right, exactly.
At the end, and you're like, did it prove my hypothesis? Yes or no? No, let's make a new one and start over.
Right. And I have to admit, I think we all have our own stubbornness. And even though I might say, gee, when I did this happened, you still might want to try it because that's how we are.
Or you might want to quit.
Try it your way.
But
Yeah, like
you don't.
the perfect example is dirt in the tank. I've been pushing dirt in the tank since I've been on this channel.
Right.
And here my favorite acolyte who is here with commitment and energy and support refuses to put dirt in her bowl. So there
She's
you
gonna do it her way.
You know what? There was a lot of fear with adding that soil. And I guess some of that's still there.
Fear not, my child. Fear not.
But I am here, ready and willing.
I know you are. And you're doing so
my
well.
question answered in time, so I just went with my gut.
Yeah.
Like you said, we all have inner guidance, and we just have to follow.
Yeah, true enough.
Our own inner guidance.
You're doing what I said. You're doing it your way. You felt like doing it that way, and it's okay because it's successful.
There it is.
I mean, a lot of nice comments. Amber has a nice comment.
What are you showing us?
Big City Bettas.
My kids went outside and brought me some moss.
You also got 4 other pieces.
Oh, how nice.
So come show.
Yeah.
Come share. It looks
Wow.
They're saying I need to add it to my aquarium.
Oh, that's pretty. That will live in your tank for weeks at a time. You will have to take it out periodically.
That is some of the nicest moss I've seen.
And what
out of the dry
crack.
Yeah.
Now help them set up a terrarium with that.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I don't think it'll live in underwater, will it?
It will for a short time, for a week or two, and then you have to take it out. But if you set up a terrarium with a lid, the same way you're doing it now, but without the water, and use soil instead of sand.
Okay, I have that. I have that right now.
Good.
I can do that right this second.
Well, then you can put that in
carefully bring me a jar.
And then when they catch a salamander or a frog, they can put that in there.
It's so funny because I have this jar on my patio that I put a fern inside, and I did the reverse. I did sand and then soil.
Yeah, soil. Good. Yeah.
So it's heavy. So, you guys want to bring it and share it?
Yeah, that's great. So you can put the fern, put the moss in that.
Yeah. That's fun to gather stuff.
My fern died, and I'm like, what am I going to put in here? So I actually put a little moss in already, I think.
Oh, here's Alex saying Father Fish is going to get Cass in trouble. Yeah, probably.
No, I think it's a good idea. I can turn this. I've been wanting to know what to do with this. All right, so this is what I set up initially. I had this gorgeous fern, but
nice. Yeah.
I do not have a good spot for it.
Take about 4 inches of dirt out, and then cap it, and then put a lid on it, and you can make room. In other words, for some other plants and so forth, and then close it with the saran wrap.
Mm-hmm. Why do I need to take out some soil? Well,
you're the one, for the very reason you did not want to put soil in your other bowl because you don't have enough space there to put anything else in.
Well, yeah, for a terrarium, yeah. So I had it for the fern, so the fern would grow out.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Well, it was in the evening sunlight. It don't appreciate the hot.
Dried out. Yeah, they do dry out.
Yeah, it did dry out.
So now you got to turn it into a terrarium, possibly.
Right.
I'll do that.
There you go.
Sounds perfect.
It's hot in here.
We had 2 comments here I wanted to wanted to go back on just because they were kind of interesting.
Yeah, there were some good ones.
Big City Bettas, lots of bickering involved in sharing the hobby with your partner. But you're right, Father Fish. It's a very unique and fortunate thing to have a fish keeping partner. It absolutely is. What tends to happen is there tends to develop a division of labor, uh, with the guy doing the more mechanical stuff and the
Mm-hmm.
woman doing the more husbandry kind of things.
Yep.
That's a fairly common division of labor, declension of duties, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
then Petraman says, "You're right, Father Fish. I still get up every morning at 4 a.m. and work out till 5:30, then shower and go to work." What has that got to do?
Alex.
I don't know.
I think you were talking about routine maybe at some point when you were
Right.
I thought he was
talking about
talking about working on his fish from 4 to 5:30.
Well, he might be.
He might be. We're going to assume that, Petraman. We're going to
Right.
assume your working out is actually working on your fish from 4 to 5:30.
No,
Although
he goes for a run. Remember, he's a
no,
trainer
Oh,
after a
yeah.
3 mile run.
no.
Oh, yeah. The 3 mile run.
That's a
Yes,
dedication. That's what
Good
Olympians
for you.
do. You're
He
gonna have to
always
do
said
your
my Pahaka puffer and my Indonesian datnoid, dog of an Indonesian datnoid, got my wife into the hobby. Yeah, two absolutely fabulous fish. The Pahaka puffer and the Indonesian datnoid. I think I've got both in my shop.
Do you?
I do. Yeah.
You have so many tanks, you don't really know.
I lose
That's a lot of
track of
tanks.
stuff. Yeah, I do lose track of stuff. And part of
Yeah.
the reason I do, I've been thinking about this lately. You made the comment the other day that when you had your shop, you were bagging up fish all day on Saturday. I don't ever have that because my fish are all hiding. I don't have a tank with 100 fish in it and nothing else. I have a tank with 100 fish in it that's also full of plants and
Yeah.
driftwood and whatnot, and you only see 10 of them at a time.
Yeah.
So it's really very different. As a result, the casual hobbyist, I have one section that has a lot of fish in it and very little decorations. That's all the live bears and the tetras, all the bread and butter, the
Mm-hmm.
basic stuff. So people can go there and see, all the little fish. The other tanks are all set up as environments. Although
Yeah.
I do sell plants out of them, so sometimes they get to looking a little barren, maybe a lot barren if I sell all the plants out. But a
Right.
lot of my fish are not immediately visible. They're living down in the various structure that's in there. And I have taken to trying to write their name on the
On the
tank.
tank. Yeah.
That works until they're sold, and then 6 months later, the name's still up there, and nobody can find the fish. And I
Yeah.
forgot.
You got to remember to take that off when you sell it.
Yeah, that's tricky, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
But I can see how you could. I'm just teasing you that you could lose track with all the plants and if they're not out swimming around. Absolutely.
yeah, I'm surprised sometimes to see things I'd forgotten I had.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, what that does is that makes it not a particularly successful fish store, if you will. It's more a hobby shop,
Yeah. Well,
which,
I was saying
you
that's the
said
cool
that.
part. You get to go back and rediscover things when you forget what you
Right.
have.
And speaking of that,
yeah,
we want to let people know that you are going to start shipping fish again and go up on the website and
yeah,
Mhm.
you've
this
got gift
week,
cards for sale and
right.
you know,
Yeah,
Alex is
I do have gift card. I have Christmas gift cards.
yeah.
You can get a gift card. Just uh, you can send me the amount you want, 25, 50, $100,000, whatever. Uh, look,
Sure.
PayPal friends and family. and just put a note in gift card with your address, and I will send you a gift card in that amount,
Yeah,
which you will then be able to use
that's
at Father
perfect.
Fish. At Father Fish.
Right, a perfect gift. And then
Right.
let's not forget about, the Father Fish mug.
Right. We have mugs and we have T-shirts on Teespring.
Yep, Cassie's
Uh,
got, she can
We have
and
talk
we've
to
two
the
got
stores.
T-shirts.
a few other merch goodies,
Mm-hmm.
which is coming along
I'm
more.
getting like a complex sitting up here.
Oh,
Yeah,
she would like to be a little smaller.
I'm like,
I
it's the
get it. I
Cassie
don't like
B
it
show.
I don't
No,
like it when he does that to me either, Cassie.
I'm like, I've been big for too long.
Right?
I
Hey,
lose
Father
track of
Fish,
what I do. Yes.
could I get one of those restroom passes and a coffee break?
Oh
Go.
yeah, it's
What
9.
time
Let's
is it?
play a song.
It's
We-
after 9. We made it to 9.
Let's
Yeah.
play a
Unbelievable.
song. What
Take
would
a
you
quick
like to
break.
hear?
Oh boy. Let's play Cassie's song.
Good
And we'll
idea.
take a break.
I was singing Let It Be this morning.
There you go. We'll do that. Take a quick break and we'll
We'll
be
do
back.
it.
All right.
All I need to do is find it. The music of Father Fish.
But John, it's good if your wife loves looking in the fish tank. That's a good thing.
That is a good thing. That's where it
You bet.
starts. Then you build upon that.
I get excited when my kids want to come and sit and look with me. I'm like, yay, they're interested. And we do
Exactly.
a game. We look for the shrimp.
Well, and it's a hobby that you can do throughout your life. And,
You want to do I Found My Way?
yes,
Yeah, you can. I don't think we've heard it in a while.
we haven't. That's why I suggested it, Ken.
It's like slowly getting pushed out.
Not at all.
Well, I brought you back, girl.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Joey.
Nothing gets pushed down.
All right. I'm going for my break, kids.
All right.
Here we go.
I found my way. I found my way to Father Fish. He comes on in the morning every day. Add some soil, cap it with sand, then add plants. He will help you do it the right way. Add some fish, then walk away. Feed them high quality food. Thy food is best. Keep it dirted, keep it all natural. I found my way back to Father Fish. Bye, all.
Thank you, Cassie.
When I find myself in times of take trouble, Father Fish, he comforts me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my time of darkness, he is streaming right in front of me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Add some sand and let it be. Father's words of wisdom, let it be. When all the broken-hearted fishes living in the tank agree, there is an answer, let it be. For though it may be cloudy, there is still a chance that they can see. There is an answer, let it be. sand and let it be. Father's words of wisdom, let it be.
Ever visit a place that was so different you just didn't want to leave? Step into the amazing world of Father Fish Aquarium. You'll be mesmerized by his exotic collection of saltwater and freshwater creatures, tanks and accessories, plus birds, lizards, turtles, and more. You'll never find another place like it on dry land. Father Fish Aquarium, 536 East Venice Avenue. You won't want to go home.
There we are.
Okay. Good to hear your song,
You
Cassie.
want to go out and get a beta bowl after seeing mine?
Nice.
Gonna go do that today. I'm sorry. I'm like talking over somebody. I'm sorry.
I don't think you were talking over anybody.
I felt like I was. I kept hearing something.
Tainted meat.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. Hillbilly was saying, in your years in the hobby, what are the worst fish you've dealt with?
Oh, good question. Gee, the worst fish. Crabs. Crabs. Absolutely crabs. Crabs kill everything. Crabs are absolutely destructive of whatever you try to do in a fish tank. Little tiny hermit crabs are fine. Big ones are not. Blue crabs, stone crabs, any kind of crabs. They are lobster. There's another one. They're all terrorists. They're all destructive forces.
Does that go for saltwater hermit crabs too?
Well, little ones are fine, but you can get hermit crabs that are big as a basketball.
Right.
So anything big enough to cause damage. If it's a crab, it will cause damage.
Well, the same. Do you feel the same way about the crayfish? I mean, I think they're.
Well, crayfish eat plants. You can't keep plants with crayfish.
I've seen them kind of get after the fish too, a little bit.
If
Maybe
they
it's
can,
a territorial thing.
they'll try. They'll try to snare a fish.
Yeah, I
If
know.
it gets
I'm like,
near to them, and sometimes they'll catch one.
yeah. So they can be a little bit of a pain too. Hey, Misfit was commenting, was that a clean shaven father fish I saw? Must have been in the advertisement.
You might have. I just watched a video. I rewatched your beta bowl care guide this morning. Yeah. So from 2011, yes, Father Fish had no beard.
That's
so
right.
Holly's commenting, like I said, because I think those crayfish are mean. She said she has one, and it's mean.
Yeah, I'm not going to keep them. My kids go, oh, that's so cool. And I'm like, mm-mm.
I just feel like I wouldn't be able to keep fish in there, and you can't keep the plants, and I don't want to have just one crayfish in a tank, so I don't keep them.
Yeah, that's kind of. I feel the same way. I mean, I get them in. People bring them in. Frank catches them. I sell the common ones. I sell as food because they're. I've got a school of very large sirens, which is a Florida native salamander. These are 12 to 18 inches long. They're really big, and they love to eat crayfish.
Cool.
Alex is saying I don't know how to say this, Sharax species?
Yeah.
Are more peaceful.
Oh,
Are you familiar with that species?
Yeah. Yeah, some of they don't have as big a claw either.
Yeah.
Well, so for me, I'm just like nothing with a hard shell. I'm not keeping it because I can't keep anything with them. I've tried a couple different times and
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
it's
kind of
just
where
not
I'm.
fun for me.
Yeah, I had
Some
people
people love
bring
them.
in like the blue crayfish. There are a lot of really pretty
They're
crayfish. White
beautiful.
ones and red ones, green ones, blue ones, really pretty stuff. But you kind of have to keep them by themselves. And I did
Well,
that as a kid. I did it all the time.
right.
Just and then
Well, that's
I'll
how
tell you what I would feed them. I fed them rabbit pellets, not rabbit droppings, rabbit food. It's a perfect food for them because
yeah,
it's vegetable matter. It's basically alfalfa
right. What they want to eat.
and a
Well, I got
perfect
suckered
food.
in because I went to a fish event
Mhm.
and they had tables of stuff and they had bags of crayfish and like you said they're really pretty. They've got blue ones and white ones and I thought, well, maybe I'll buy one of each color. So I did,
Found.
and then I
Look
wished
at
I
that.
hadn't. you know
Now, did those are land snails or lake or from the pond?
It
Those
looks
are
like
land
they're
snails.
fossils.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, are they? Oh, okay.
we always dig up, or they dig up fossils from the driveway,
Nice.
and it
yeah,
has a
those are
weird
cool.
hole right there.
They
Oh,
look like land snails, and the
I wonder
hole
if
could
that,
be something burrowed into it to eat it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very
You mean
likely.
both? Yeah. No, just this one. Yep. So they went fossil hunting this morning. No megalodon teeth yet.
We never went fossil. We didn't go
Nice.
You do if you're digging in the driveway.
down to some.
Have you ever found a megalodon tooth, Kelsey?
I have not. No, I'm just saying no
You have
megalodon
to
teeth
find those
yet.
in the river, right?
We haven't struck gold yet.
Yeah. Is that where most people find them? Is in the waterways, right?
And
In the rivers and
creeks, yeah.
creeks? Yeah.
Or out. Actually, you go out to 30 feet of water right
Okay.
off the coast here, and there's a really good dig out there. They find big ones.
Yeah, because
And
you have one. You
anytime,
wear it as a necklace. Yeah.
yeah, anytime there's construction in the area,
Okay.
if they go down 20, 30 feet,
They
they'll
find
hit
them.
a strata. And then they have to keep chasing people off who come in there at night to find fossils.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, like I don't know the driveways that the material they use if you don't do the asphalt or the concrete and you just do the dirt
Yeah,
driveway.
Phil, right. It's the
They're
same stuff.
collecting that, and that's
Yeah, that's
from the
right.
ocean,
Yeah.
I guess. So it's
Well, there's a
filled with shells.
And
there's a
there
lot of
you can,
talking.
yeah, you can find a lot of really nice miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
My
sure.
my ex-wife used to have a collection of miniature shells that was really quite nice.
I was just commenting. You're getting a lot of comments and kind of little questions about crayfish and stuff in the chat. We brought up a new subject, which is kind of good.
Yeah, and I shut my kids down when they're like, "I want a crawfish." I'm like, "No."
Well, like I said, I feel like if that's the only thing I wanted in the tank, yes, but I
Well,
want
I
more.
guess in their tank, kids really like them. I
Oh
like
Yeah,
yeah.
they do.
Well,
kid.
They do.
let them have their own tank and let them
Yeah.
collect stuff. Yeah, there are all kind of things in that pond they can put in there.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, years ago when my kids were little, I had I think it was a 10-gallon tank set up on my mudroom counter. And we just had a few goldfish in there. And they had asked me if they could have a fiddler crab. So I said, sure. So we got a fiddler crab and we put it in. And I gave it, the little terracotta shell. And it would come out every night when I fed them. And it would just sit there and do this little dance. It had its big claw and its little claw. So it would come out and sit there and it would go like this. And it would just sit there doing this. It was the cutest thing. It would do it for like 30 minutes. And they loved it. So they asked me if we could get another one. So I said, sure, we'll get another one. So I brought one home that was teeny, teeny. And these goldfish were probably 3 or 4 inches. And So, acclimated, did all the things, put the crab down. That thing no more than hit the ground. It jumped on the first goldfish going by and started literally shredding the fins.
Wow.
It was like
Oh
on
my
a Nantucket
goodness.
sleigh ride. It was just
Honestly.
ripped. By the time I caught that thing, it had ripped up about 5 goldfish
Oh
in
my word.
minutes. It didn't get to stay.
Wow.
It came out, but it was vicious, And the other one was so good and so cute. So that's just my little crab story.
That's
Colin,
great.
I didn't get any
Colin,
more.
Colin Nelson saying my first tank after 20 years was a Blackwater pond tank. Glad I did it. Just collected wild natives and plants. They're so hardy compared to aquarium, but I learned a lot. Yeah, and particularly for kids, that's the very best way to do a tank is get them out collecting stuff and bringing it in and figuring out how to keep it alive.
Hmm.
Right.
I
Yeah.
did that all through my childhood.
I guess that's what kept me in the hobby is what do I do now? I've got the fish. What do I do now?
I
Well,
think, I don't know. Go ahead.
the thing that's nice about the bowls is you can have lots and lots and lots of bowl tanks.
Exactly.
There's always room for one more bowl.
I'm good with two for now. I
Yeah.
guess
I
I've
was just
kind
going
of
to
got.
say, from my experience, I get going on something and, I last a while at it and then something else will catch my interest. But I have to say, I'm probably more interested in my goldfish than I've been in anything in a long time. So I'll probably be sticking with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hillbilly is saying a lot of people don't keep natives because of their slow growth shiner starters. But
Yeah.
I see people spend hundreds on keeping exotic fish. Do you wish more people kept natives?
I
Uh,
want to try some shiners, but I obviously can't get them around here. I'm going to have to ship them in, but I would like to try some.
yeah, you should be able to do well with them. You've got
Yeah.
a cooler environment.
It's
We don't
probably,
do well
don't
with
they,
them in Florida.
yeah,
What?
aren't they sensitive to shipping though? Don't they faint easily? Or I've heard stories like that they're hard to ship.
Well, you got to ship them with oxygen.
Okay.
That's
Maybe
the
that's
main
it.
thing. And if you can put a little dope in there to slow them down, salt
Mm-hmm.
helps. Just a little
Yeah.
bit of salt will slow them down a
Okay.
bit.
Well, I definitely want to try some sometime. And
Yeah,
there's different colors,
hillbilly.
right?
It used to be that that's all people had was natives. When this
Yeah.
hobby started, it started with natives. Wherever people lived, they kept whatever they could catch locally and put it in whatever they could keep it in.
Sure.
And that was the basis of the hobby. And then an industry started to develop involving shipping things out of Florida initially for our purposes,
Mm-hmm.
and then out of South America to Florida and points north. And then it was, I guess, out of where was the next Asia to the to the west coast. Started shipping fish out of Indonesia to the to Los Angeles, and
Yeah.
then out of Japan and the Philippines to Seattle, and then across country from there. So it developed kind of slowly, really, but
Yeah.
it's reached the point now where, well, you could see with Jason, redfish, bluefish, he just shipped fish in from Eastern Europe,
Right.
specialty fish that are not otherwise available in this country. So it's come to the place now where fish are shipped literally all over the world. Now, when we talk about that kind of shipping, we're not talking about shipping through the post office or FedEx or UPS or the like. We're talking about airline shipping. We're
Right.
talking about putting fish, taking fish down to the airline shipper and putting them on a plane in in London, England, that will
Right.
land in New York in 12 hours. So it's not like putting them in the post and maybe they'll get there a week later. It's very, very different.
Yeah, that's the only way I had my fish shipped, back in the day. I'd never heard of mailing fish till I
Yeah,
got really back into it.
right,
I
right.
always had mine shipped Delta Air Freight, went
Yeah,
down, waited at Air Freight to pick them up.
yeah.
So,
And they still do that. Any of the
sure.
shops still do that. If they're shipping fish, if I get fish out of California, they're going to come air freight and I have to go to the airport to pick it up
Right.
or send somebody to pick it up.
Yeah.
And
But it's
Gil is
definitely
listing all
changed
the
the
fish
hobby,
he's
that's for
had.
sure.
Gil is saying I had trout, bass, walleye, hybrid, striped bass, smallmouth bass, sunfish.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
I don't like any of the things that I could catch around here. I don't want to keep them. To me, of course, my state, there's nothing interesting to me in my state to keep. I'm always jealous of what you guys can go out and catch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My mom was telling. Well, we spoke on Thanksgiving Day. They had their turkey meal, and I was like, I'm waiting till Saturday. So we were talking about my fish tanks, and I was explaining you, Father Fish, to my brother. That was an interesting conversation.
Explaining me to your brother. That
Yeah,
must,
being up on your streams in the morning and how I got here and why I'm here.
uh,
And he was asking a lot about you. And we were talking about my tanks, and I was saying I wanted to do saltwater, and my mom was saying, you need to do seahorses in there.
That's what my
well, we're
daughter
going to do
wants.
that. We're going to, as soon as I can get out of here, do some collecting. We will have pygmy seahorses.
More
They're
seahorses.
so easy to keep and so much fun, and they
Do
ship
you?
pretty well too.
Okay, it's
Well,
like, do you ever carry any other kinds of seahorses?
Well, yeah, I can, like the Erectus, which is local,
Yeah.
and I can occasionally buy some, um, like some of the Pacific Rim seahorses. They tend to be a lot more expensive and not
Yeah.
necessarily hardy, so
Okay.
I tend not to get into them. I
Yeah.
like the pygmies because they're easy to get, they're inexpensive, they're hardy, yeah, they're easy to keep. They will survive in a well-established tank on the rotifer culture in that tank
Okay.
indefinitely. So
well,
they're pretty,
I told her I could probably go collecting with you, and you'd show me where to get them.
you
But
should,
then I said I think I need
yeah,
a
you
fishing
can,
license.
yeah, you can get them where you are. You want to
Okay.
go in? You want to go like you're? Are you near the St. James?
Same.
Whatever whatever inlet you're near.
I don't. Well, I'm not really near an
Are you on
inlet.
a bay?
Pretty far up river.
Are you on a bay?
No, we're on the Indian River, but it goes like past Titusville and then
Oh, so you're pretty brackish to fresh.
down into Melbourne. And at Melbourne, the Banana River and Indian River meet, and then it goes out into the ocean at Melbourne. So that's like hour and a half drive away.
Huh. Well, it might take that. Trying to find a nice beach area on a bay or down close to the ocean where you could get into some grass flats.
Well, up here we see manatees and we see dolphins, hermit crabs.
Well, you just need to get out there with a net,
Hmm.
push it through the grass, and see what you
Start
can find.
fishing.
There will be lots of shrimp for sure, and you probably will find pygmy seahorses.
Well, did you say we need like a fishing license or special license to go
You need
collect?
a fishing license, that's all.
Okay. Well, my
Yeah,
husband has that.
but you can get one, Cassie, at the town hall, probably just with a driver's license.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Okay.
Your
I mean,
children don't need it. If they, I don't know what the age is, 16 maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I probably would take them with me if we ever went.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
that would be
yeah,
fun for them, Cassie, to go out and catch something that you guys can bring
yeah,
back and put in your tank.
they would love it. I'm sure
Yeah,
they like to go out there.
Yeah, it'd be great fun.
no
Yeah, if
matter
they're
what it
coming
is.
in with stuff they're finding in the backyard, they will be
Right.
delighted to have a fish net that can run through the grass in
Yeah.
the creek. They'll find all kind of stuff.
I was
Colin
reading an
Nelson
article.
is, yeah, Colin's talking about a lot of the natives in Florida. There are a lot of nice natives in Florida, but there really are nice natives anywhere in this country or in any body of water. You can find it's amazing the stuff that's out there.
You can. I mean, for me, it's just some of the stuff up here just gets so big, I don't want to keep it, you know.
Well, I'm sure there are a lot of little fish in Maine. I've not been
I
up
see the
there collecting.
sunfish are pretty. The sunfish are pretty. Um,
Yeah,
but, you know, I just, like I said, I just want something from somewhere else. I
well,
don't want what's in my
that's just
backyard.
and that's why we have an industry
That's right.
just
That's right.
to meet your interests.
Oh,
You and
Gil's asking me if I know anybody that has blackout comments. I have. I'm not going to be doing. Well, I am going to be. I'm going to be setting up another tank, and then I'll be doing video and whatever. But I have 4 of these all black, essentially comets, and they are awesome. So I'll be doing show and tell on them eventually. I might not put them all in that one tank, but I'll put 1 or 2 in that tank. So I have some, and I'm going to be breeding them.
Nice.
So I have all kinds of hidden goldfish, but you guys have to wait. I'll
Yeah.
slowly show them to you. I don't show them all in one day, then nobody
Right.
will want to look at them again.
Yeah, I don't even think you guys have seen my new beta fish yet. Betta
No, I
fish.
don't think so.
I haven't shown that little boy. He's cute.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with my first male. He's still alive, but he's lost all his color and he's completely white.
Yeah. He's just like we were kind of saying, just sort of fading out.
He's got like a tiny bit of color on his fin.
Yeah.
Again, probably my fault for treating him
Gail
with
says he's
sulfur.
getting 5 next week. Sorry about the blackout comments.
there are a couple of comments here about clams.
Yes, there were.
Or clams?
Briefly, yeah. Clams work out really well in a fish tank. There are some issues, though. Clams do die, and they die fairly routinely. They'll live for maybe a year and then they will die. They don't live forever. They don't live long. So you can do clams, but do not do a whole lot of them because they could die en masse and foul your tank. 2 or 3 or 4 is more than adequate. They are a filter feeder, so they will help keep the water clean. They do not feed off the bottom. They live on the bottom, but they feed by pumping water through their systems. So they're feeding out of the water column. Obviously, if there's low hanging fruit in the water column, they're going to get that first. But they will help keep the water clear and clean. They're really good at that, and they're kind of cool. But they don't do much. You just sort of see a bit of them sticking up above the sand, or maybe laying on it, and that's kind of it.
Do they reproduce in the tank, or does it have to be brackish?
I have had them reproduce. There are freshwater clams.
Okay.
So yeah, I've had them reproduce. In fact, I was digging around in a tank yesterday finding little tiny clams about half an inch long.
Yeah.
Uh, that was a little surprised to find.
Yeah. But you say they're just not long lived. They live about a year.
They don't seem to live a long time in a
Okay.
tank.
Yeah.
Some people may do better with that than I do. Mine don't live real long, but they reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have, I've always got little ones. You don't see the little ones until they're half an inch longer. So prior to
Yeah.
that, they're kind of tiny, like a lot of things, hard to see. How we doing time wise?
Somebody's telling me where to find stuff.
Well, we are over. If you would like
Are.
to stop.
All right, what shall we play? Let's play a tune here. See what I can find.
We thank you guys for joining us this morning. It's been
Thank
fun. Thanks, Joey. Thanks, Father Fish.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cassie and Father Fish. It has been fun. We had a little different
Thank you, ladies. Delighted
conversation
to
today,
have
but it was
you.
great.
That's our Sunday. We don't get a lot of questions. It's more like, let's have fun. It's Sunday.
How
I
about
had fun.
The last Sunday, I think, was a little more sermony.
Maybe. But see, that's why I said last night, Sunday fun day, So
Yeah,
right?
I keep it fun.
I'm all about the fun, girl.
Let's see. Well, there we go.
What a night. What a night. My fish are mad at me. I didn't wanna feed them all tonight. I found it hard to say. They thought I'd have sucks to be me. I'm only doing my best for them.
Somebody has to do it.
Father Fish, are you trying to turn us into actors?
I know.
He's trying to give us our chance to.
I know.
Our big debut. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
We just
Nice
got
to be with you.
See, I
Take
got the
care.
right hand this time. Bye,
Love
everyone.
you
Bye,
all.
Father Fish. Bye, Kelsey.